Whenever I meet someone who attended one of my introduction talks to the knowledge, one of the first things they generally remember is how I remembered everybody's names. It doesn't matter how many people are in the room, and I don't honestly know what the maximum number of names in sequence that I would be able to remember. My guess is that it's in the thousands. Now, whenever I did this, my objective was not to show off, but to highlight the fact that remembering vast amounts of information has less, if anything, to do with a fantastic memory, and more to do with technique. Now, unless you want to get into the realm of studying memory techniques, which would involve a whole study of its own, and seriously distract from the time you would need to focus on the knowledge itself, there are a few very key and simple aspects and techniques to employ. And for every beginner on the knowledge that I see struggle, they all normally share one common failing. They are not able to call the Blue Book runs fluently and with ease, and there is a very simple reason for it. They did not employ a decent technique or have any idea of what was needed to be achieved to ascertain some kind of quality control. First and most importantly, make the amount of information you are about to learn manageable. And by manageable, I mean 4. Try to remember 4 things. I just need to add that that's slightly deceptive, because to remember the first 4 roads in any run, you need to also remember what the turning was and also whether it was a street, road, place, lane or avenue. Whether it be 4 roads, 4 points, working in 4s is manageable. But don't try to do 2 things at once, such as learning 3,500 street names as well as their turnings. At the same time, try to learn 5,000 places of interest, such as restaurants and clubs. Because even a memory expert would prefer to deal with one subject at a time. Not to mention the simple fact that knowing streets makes learning what's in those streets easier by default. Secondly, repetition and usage. Repeating the information to around an amount of 15 times is going to help considerably, and is considered scientifically to be the amount of repetition required to remember something. And the day-to-day usage of the information is going to hammer it home completely. This is where you need to ascertain whether or not you have done enough and reached a decent enough standard and quality for your day's revision. This aspect comes down to how well you know yourself and how comfortable you feel. So how did I remember everybody's names so quickly? I asked the first 4 people what their names were. I repeated the first 4 until I felt I could hear the rhythm and I felt comfortable. Then I would learn the next 4. Then I would repeat from the beginning, including the first 4 with the second 4. So I would be saying all 8 names. I wouldn't ask anyone else their name until I felt comfortable with the 8 I had. This means the first 4 names has been repeated several times, more than the second 4. Then I would learn another 4, and I would repeat this process, but I would always start with the first 4 names. I would always go back to the beginning. And this is crucial. It is repetition. It increases familiarity and it establishes pattern. And repetition is the simplest and most common used memory technique of them all. I think the largest class that sat before me was around 60 people, and it would take about 5 to 10 minutes to learn all 60 names. So there were 2 other factors that I learnt from all of this. The first was trust. Trust I can do this. And the second was to relax. Relax. Do not try hard. Just go back to the beginning every time I lost my chain of thought or made a mistake. Work quickly but relaxed. Don't get frustrated. Just start again and again and again until it was right and until it was complete. This is the process you should follow to learn your Blue Book runs. So with that in mind, I want to try a practical example with you now. Let's learn a deck of cards. Don't worry if you make mistakes, just pause the video and start again, then restart the video when you have caught up. You will find and begin to feel from repetition and familiarity, usage and pattern. So rather than learn a whole deck of cards, let's learn the first 12. Let's learn 12 cards. Let's see how easy it is to learn the order of 12 cards. So what you see on your screen now is a deck of cards being dealt randomly. I haven't looked at this until this moment. I've actually just recorded it. It's from a website that deals out cards. You press shuffle and away it goes. So I don't know what it's going to do, but I can pause the video as it plays. So as we play, we can see the first card. And the first card is the King of Hearts. Okay, so we have the King of Hearts. You can pause, but one thing at a time. It's like learning one guy's name is Dave. You can remember that. This is the King of Hearts. So you have to remember it's a king and you have to remember it's hearts. So it's only two things instead of left into a street that is called so-and-so street or so-and-so avenue. It's a little bit easier in a sense. So we have the King of Hearts. Next, we have the King of Clubs. Okay, so the King of Hearts followed by the King of Clubs. Two kings, it's easy. Hearts, then clubs. So emphasize it. This would be the same as street, then road. Emphasize that in your head. It was a street, then it was a road. It might have been two streets, which in this case would have been two hearts. But this is the King of Hearts followed by the King of Clubs. Three of Spades. So now we have three cards. The King of Hearts, the King of Clubs, and the Three of Spades. Notice that whatever I do, I keep repeating the first card, the second card, and the third card, always going back to the beginning. So we have the King of Hearts, King of Clubs, Three of Spades. So because we're only dealing with three things, seems fairly easy. Let's do another card. So the Jack of Hearts. So now we're at 4. And if we just let this play, it would not be possible. You have to stop and be good at 4. So it was the King of Hearts, it was the King of Clubs, it was the Three of Spades, and now it's the Jack of Hearts. King of Hearts, then the King of Clubs, then the Three of Spades, then the Jack of Hearts. Say these 4 things over. The same as saying leave on left Green Lanes, right Harby New Park, left Harby Grove, right St. Paul's Road. Say them over until you feel familiar. Another card. 5 of Spades. 3 of Spades, 5 of Spades. Should we do one more? Ace of Diamonds. Okay, I am not going to do any more until I've memorized this. The 2 new cards were the 5 of Spades and the Ace of Diamonds. Think about those 2 first. The 5 of Spades and the Ace of Diamonds. Forget everything else. Add these 2 on. 5 of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds. Then go back to the beginning. We now have the King of Hearts, the King of Clubs, the 3 of Spades, the Jack of Hearts, the 5 of Spades, and the Ace of Diamonds. So we have the King of Hearts, the King of Clubs, the 3 of Spades, the Jack of Hearts, the 5 of Spades, and the Ace of Diamonds. So we're now at 6, halfway there. 5 of Clubs, so we have 2 5s, the 5 of Spades followed by the 5 of Clubs, the Ace of Diamonds in between. 5 of Spades, Ace of Diamonds, 5 of Clubs. Just think about it and add it. So we're adding these on. The 5 of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds, the 5 of Clubs. We have the King of Hearts, the King of Clubs, the 3 of Spades, the Jack of Hearts, the 5 of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds, and the 5 of Clubs. 7 of Hearts. We're going to be at 8. Seems difficult. Think of the 4 that we've added last, which were the 5 of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds, the 5 of Clubs, the 7 of Hearts. So we look at this 4 now when we work on the revision of it. The 5 of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds, the 5 of Clubs, the 7 of Hearts. 5 of Spades, Ace of Diamonds, 5 of Clubs, 7 of Hearts. Let's revise again. We're at 8. King of Hearts, King of Clubs, 3 of Spades, Jack of Hearts, 5 of Spades, Ace of Diamonds, 5 of Clubs, 7 of Hearts. Nearly there. Keep saying it until you feel comfortable. And if, in all honesty, I don't feel comfortable just yet, I want to keep going. King of Hearts, King of Clubs, 3 of Spades, Jack of Hearts, the 5 of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds, 5 of Clubs, 7 of Hearts. Notice there's a break. The pause to think comes after 4s. It allows the brain to pause and think. Let's play another one. 3 of Diamonds. Go again. We now have the King of Hearts, the King of Clubs, the 3 of Spades, the Jack of Hearts, the 5 of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds, the 5 of Clubs, the 7 of Hearts, and the 3 of Diamonds. Go back to the beginning and try again. We now have the King of Hearts, the King of Clubs, the 3 of Spades, the Jack of Hearts. Then we had the 5 of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds, the 5 of Clubs, the 7 of Hearts, and now the 3 of Diamonds. So you can see that the repetition of going back, coming forwards. If you make a mistake, check. I could always rewind the video and check, but I seem to be managing it okay at the moment. I think I've got it right. Let's add another card. 4 of Hearts, 3 of Diamonds, 4 of Hearts, 3 of Diamonds, 4 of Hearts. They're the 2 new cards. We're too short of our 12. Go back to the beginning. The King of Hearts, the King of Clubs, the Three of Spades, the Jack of Hearts, the Five of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds, the Five of Clubs, the Seven of Hearts, the Three of Diamonds, and the Four of Hearts. So we're getting there. Go again until you feel comfortable. Keep repeating it. And if you're doing the same thing, you'll start to understand the feeling of being comfortable. King of Hearts, King of Clubs. Had a little phone call there, which is kind of interrupting my process. So I wanted this to be as live as possible, or to be as interactive as possible. So I've been away on the phone. I've come back, and now let's see if I can remember what we had, which is always interesting. We had the King of Hearts, the King of Clubs, the Three of Spades, the Jack of Hearts, the Five of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds, the Five of Clubs, the Seven of Hearts, then the Three of Diamonds, and then the Four of Hearts. And the next card it's dealt me is the Nine of Clubs. The Nine of Clubs. So we have the Three of Diamonds, Four of Hearts, Nine of Clubs. So always work on a section. And if you get stuck, if there's a section that is actually where you're always making a mistake, you take that section out and you work on that section. So a group of roads, you take them out, you work on the 3 or 4 group of roads, you put them back into the complete sequence. So the Three of Diamonds, Four of Hearts, and the Nine of Clubs. The Nine of Clubs, I'm looking at the screen to see what the last card is. All I can see is the last card. All I see is what you're seeing now, this one card at a time on the screen. So I'll go back to the beginning, and it will be. So we have the King of Hearts, the King of Clubs, the Three of Spades, the Jack of Hearts, the Five of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds, the Five of Clubs, the Seven of Hearts, the Three of Diamonds, the Four of Hearts, and the Nine of Clubs. And now one more card, which will be, just to take it up to 12, Six of Clubs. So the last 4 cards was the Three of Diamonds, Four of Hearts, Nine of Clubs, Six of Clubs. Three of Diamonds, Four of Hearts, Nine of Clubs, Six of Clubs. So if you say I'm over, you get the rhythm. And then if you go back to the beginning, you should hopefully then be able to say every single one of them, which is the King of Hearts, the King of Clubs, the Three of Spades, the Jack of Hearts, the Five of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds, the Five of Clubs, the Seven of Hearts, the Three of Diamonds, the Four of Hearts, the Nine of Clubs, the Six of Clubs. What are the common failings? Firstly, stress. If you feel stressed at your attempts to remember, then you are trying too hard. Stress should not be a factor. There are absolutely no consequences to failure at this stage. So why be stressed? Just start again and repeat, relax and repeat. Another failing is cheating yourself on the quality. Just calling the run successfully does not count as being the end of that revision. You must call it successfully with fluency, with a degree of ease and a knowing that you feel you have got it. That's when you can move on to the next run. And finally, understand everything you just did is based around short-term memory. So without regular usage, it will disappear. So call over daily what you have already achieved. Repeat and cycle through over the week all the information you have accumulated so far. And as a reminder from previous videos about memory, long-term and short-term memory. Points will be in your long-term memory if they have been revised sufficiently, but runs will never be in your long-term memory. They have to be used regularly to be maintained. So learning both these subjects at the same time is a ludicrous idea. Knowing the roads makes learning the points considerably easier. That's it for today. Like and subscribe, comments below. I answer every single comment, no matter how mundane, and I hope what I've said here in this video goes some way to making your journey on the knowledge easier.